I got one from my client in Minnesota today. I spoke to the VP of the company last week, had me reach out to an executive VP overseeing the reroof. So I got him on the phone today. We're going to be going out later this week to give a bid.
All right, got an appointment for my commercial cleaner here in St. Louis. I've been speaking with the manufacturing company for a couple of months. Finally got the guy. He said that he had some free time here the next couple of weeks. He said that he didn't want to meet immediately. He had a couple machines that went down, so we scheduled it out for a couple of weeks. Was open to having it swing by and checking out what we can do for him for the cleaning side of things for the facility. It's roughly 50,000 square feet and pretty excited to see where it goes.
So I got 2 appointments today, one for my Detroit client. That was a magazine company with 20 workstations. Said he just signed with MSP about a year ago, wants to review to see what kind of services we can bring to the table. We're meeting with him in a couple weeks, in about 3 weeks. So that should actually be a pretty good one. And then the other one was for my Greensboro client. This was with an all-remote healthcare facility. They have 350 users. Said he has a IT company that they own in South America, but wants to see how we can help out since all his company is remote with some cybersecurity needs. So we're meeting with him next week, so should be pretty good.
I got 2 today. The first one's with my Janitorial client out in Toronto. It's an 80,000 square foot manufacturing plant. We're going out there this week. The second one I got was for my Janitorial client out in North Carolina. Talked with the executive director of a senior living facility. They're not have any specific needs right now, but would like us as a resource, so we're going out there Thursday to show them the capabilities.
Called this company. We met with them back in August for my client out in Cincinnati. I called her about a month and a half ago. She was getting through like tax stuff. Said that she had a little bit of buyer's remorse and was kind of regretting not coming with us in the first place. So wanted to get something back on the books, but couldn't be until about this time. So I gave her a call today. Got it set up. So it sounds like she just wants to revisit the quote and sign on the dotted line. So.
Who else? Who else?
Marc.
Matt.
I had a pretty good one this morning for my roofer in Ohio. I called a public library, got the administrator on the phone, had me reach out to the facility manager. Good convo with him. He kind of went over that they do plan on doing a re-roof either later on this year or early next year. But for now, I need to quote on repairs as well as the re-roof so they can budget. So we're going out later this week.
I got one for my Janitorial client out in Toronto. Spoke with the facilities manager on Friday. He said to ask for the owner. He makes the decisions. Spoke with him today. He said he's open to us coming out to show what we can do. Looking for daily cleaning. 80,000 square foot manufacturing facility.
Daily cleaning, let's go.
I had one for my IT client out in LA. It's an engineering firm called the CEO in a cell. Has a company, but they got bought out recently by a private equity group, and he's skeptical if they're gonna keep performing well for them. So he wants to meet in a couple weeks, really busy, but wants a CFO on it. It's 15 users, 2 locations, and they're growing. So.
That's great. If you ever hear that. Yeah. Private equity group buys you out. Aaron, go ahead.
I got a third one for our new Detroit client. This is a 2-part, by the way. It was with magazine company, but he said 20 workstations. Started with an MSP about a year ago. Wants to review to see if we can bring a little bit more to the table. And then they did. I know I'm getting ahead of myself on this one, but he did have his very first meeting that we set up and said it went really well. He's getting a proposal out tomorrow, so I'll hear the numbers tomorrow.
Sheesh. Who else?
Wasn't really good.
It was Friday for Built Up. It's with a property management company. They have an apartment complex that needs a new roof. It took a little while to track down, but on the schedule for tomorrow.
One for United Projects on Friday. Got a hold of the president of the company. They're having active leaks and issues. They're taking bids. He wanted us to come out quickly, so I had to call the client just to make sure he could make that quick turnaround. The appointment was actually this morning, 9 a.m. our time. So waiting on the follow-up from him shortly.
Active leaks in New Mexico?
Yes.
It rains in New Mexico?
He's like, yeah, it's a big issue. It's my fault. And I was like, oh, that sounds worse than just leaks. Well, we can be there soon. Yeah.
It's in New Mexico, then there's problems everywhere else. Any other deals or proposals?
Ohio, my roofer out there, got out a little over $700K in proposals this weekend.
Short and sweet. I like that.
700.
That's a lot.
Marc?
Service master closed the deal for $550 MRR.
Got one today from my roofer in Denver. It's an apartment complex, 7 different buildings, just under 50,000 square feet in total. Gonna go out there next week and see if they got any active issues.
I got an appointment for my IT client in Canada. It's a small store. They only do about 4 users, but they have nothing in place right now. They've gotten a couple of quotes from other companies, but the guy seemed like said it was too expensive for things that he didn't think would really make a difference, but he's willing to see what we had to offer. So we're gonna go out this Friday.
All right, got an appointment this morning for my client out in LA. It is with an engineering firm called the CEO, and they're using a company, but they were recently bought out by a private equity group, so he is skeptical if service is gonna stay where it's at right now, so he wants to meet with us. It's a couple weeks out, and it is with him, so the CEO and the CFO. They have about 15 users, 2 locations, and they're growing. So they have a location where we're at around Pasadena, and then another location in Sacramento that they're actually trying to staff right now. So it should be a really good conversation. We work with some other engineering firms, so we're going to meet with them in a couple weeks and see what we can do for them.
I got an appointment today from my client in Ohio. I spoke with a public library, got the administrator on the phone, had me reach out to their facility manager. He needs a bid for a reroof as well as an inspection to see where the leaks are coming from. So, set it for later this week.